Hey YouTube, it's Tempest. Got kind of bored again, so I'm gonna do a short update on my Granblue deck. Um, this deck's really out of date. I know it is, but I really like it a lot. I think for what it does, and like this is the truth light out of my other decks, but I think for what it does it well enough that I could potentially run it. And be good with it. I'm gonna just kind of speed right through it and go over some findings with it because I've pretty much perfected it. It's still Basskirk. Basskirk is one of the best vanguards for this clan, if not the best. Everybody likes Cositis, but I'm a fan of Basskirk personally, and I'll explain why as I go on. Alright, so I'm starting with Night Kid still. Same reasons before. Gets you your one thing you need in the drop zone. Um, and it goes into your soul. Obviously, it's 5k booster, does a lot of things for the deck. So Night Kid over Skeleton Assault Troops. Trigger lineup hasn't changed. Still 4 Night Spirit, 4 Banshee, 3 Cannonball, 1 Zombie, so 11 crit, 1 draw, because I don't have the 4th Cannonball, and then the 4 heals. Okay, now for the grade 1s, I've made a couple adjustments based on some findings. I'm gonna go 3 Romario, only 3 Samurai, 2 Deadly Nightmare, 3 Cutlass. The reason I dropped Samurai Spirit down to 3 and bumped Cutlass up to 3, instead of going 4 and 2, is that with Night Kid, he gives you the chance to run this guy and drop him into the drop zone. Also with 15 grade 1s, I also have the 4 perfect guards slots. That gives me 3 Romario, 2 Spirit, 2 Nightmare to ride, so 8 potential Vanguard rides and 7 potential grade 1 rear guards. Cutlass is hard. I liked him at 2 last time because of being able to ride him is a very bad thing because he's only a 5k. But I really like his draw power. With 3 Cutlass, it makes it so that you can't usually get off Basskirk's Mega Blast. But what I was saying earlier was like basically this deck doesn't use Basskirk's Mega Blast. It kind of works like if you have Steel Vampire and Dark Irregulars for the one soul charge every turn, or if you have Low and Grin for Real Paladins, just with a soul charge every turn, and then Soul Blast 5 with Soul Saver Dragon. It's kind of like that. The Mega Blast that unit is there to give you the once per turn soul charge to build up your soul and use Nightmare and Deadly Spirit and Dancing Cutlass to get pluses and stuff. So you probably won't get the Mega Blast off, but in any case, Basskirk's a 12k rear guard, Vanguard, so I like Cutlass. What you do with him is you call him to rear guard, do Soul Blast 2, you draw, and then you use Samurai Spirit to counter blast 1, kill him, and bring him back. Pretty simple. Now, the 4 perfect guards slots, I call them. The reason they're slots is because they're face down cards in my deck that I use as perfect guards. However, in the event that I want to run this in the tournament, this one's a Romario, this is a Samurai Spirit, these two are Evil Shades. Evil Shades, 6k Vanguard booster. If you mill 2 from your deck when he boosts, he gains 2,000 power for each card you mill, so it's a 10k booster. So this deck can be run with the perfect guards because of the 3 Cutlass and the couple extra draw triggers. Just for extra draw power, I'd probably take out the cannonballs for more hook-wielding zombies before I went all out, but I think it would work without perfect guards. Now, I'm still considering the full 4th Samurai Spirit slot versus the Cutlass, but I do like the Cutlass for extra draw power, so that's the grade 1 lineup as it stands. I'll move on to grade 2s now. We got 3 Blue Bloods, because I got rid of my freaking ghost ships now, which I'm very happy about. Blue Blood is great. 3 Deadly Spirit, and then 4 Pietro. Part of the reason I got 4 Pietro is because the kid I was trading with, he only had 2 Blue Bloods. You really don't need Pietro at 4 in this deck because you do more soul blasting than you do counter blasting. The only counter blasts you do are for Night Kid, Samurai Spirit, and Undead Dragon, really. If he was in there in my earlier build to make sure I have enough damage to do Basskirk's Mega Blast, but because you do so much more, soul charging if I have Cutlass or soul busting with Cutlass at 3. Um, he really isn't needed as much. But because I don't have a 4th blue blood, he's at 4 for now. By no means a bad thing. Still on 9k rear guard, still a great thing for the deck. But you know, if you keep him in to get Baskirk to go off, I could probably put Samurai Spirit back up to 4, drop Cutlass down to 2. But like I said, I'm using Baskirk for resources, not for so much the Mega Blast. So Pietro isn't that much more necessary. At grade 3s, the Baskirk, good at 3. I prefer him at 4, I think, honestly. But you know, he's decent at 3. 3 Night Storm, good on Vanguard, good on Rearguard, 12k attacker. Doesn't give you the 1 soul every turn that Baskirk does, but it's still a decent beater. And then 2 Undead Dragons, 13ks, but they get retired at the end of the turn that they're called. So it's okay, but because it's so brittle, you know, you can still down a turn. This is another reason I have Pietro, is in case you actually end up getting this guy's effect off. It's a minus every turn, but with the fact that it gives you consistent columns, it's pretty good. And you still need to use Pietro to unflip this damage and make sure you have enough to use him over and over again. Only 2 though, because you only really need one. Once one's in the drop zone, you can just keep bringing it back every turn. In case one gets damage checked, you know, you still have enough to pull it off. So yeah, this is a standard beatdown deck with Baskirk using the soul to give you extra resources, which is basically what Granblue's best at, is getting resources. So yeah, that's the final update, I think. Probably need to post the Great One lineup because, like I said, I gave you everything. One change I would make is if I got Ruin Shades, I wouldn't have to run the Blue Bloods anymore because they're Ruin Shades an 11k attacker. So, but it's not like you have any 9k boosters in this deck anyway, so you really don't need 11k attackers. But anyway, that's the deck. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please rate, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. Thanks again.